I see. So I just barely got here. And I see that we're already shitting our pants, so... Glad to know I make you all so excited.
Hi, everybody. Hello. Welcome back to the Sunday Sermon.
I'm curious, what now? Hey, yo, don't look at me. Look at Wiley B. Hardigan over there. He's the one pooping his pants on this fine Sunday afternoon. But hello, everybody. Wiley B. Hardigan says, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right, buddy. Here, watch this. Watch this. I pinned your message. Now everyone knows that you're pooping your pants. Hello, hello, hello. How are you all today? I hope that you are all having a wonderful day so far. I hope that you're having a nice afternoon. I hope that you've had a wonderful weekend. Do update me on how your weekend has been. Update me on what you all have been up to. I know for a lot of us for those in the East Coast, y'all have been getting absolutely fucking pelted. I hope it is not so bad where the rest of you are. For me personally, it has not been too awful, but I'm still hoping that all of you are doing all right. Let me see here. Thank you, One Arm, for the 40 stream streak. That's pretty fucking crazy. Thank you, Fusion, for the 5 stream streak. Thank you for being here as often as you are. And thank you, Okami, for the 10 stream streak. Yay! I'm so glad so many of my churchgoers love being here so often. You guys are pretty cool. Thank you for spending time with me, or else I'd be pretty lonely, you know. But thank you. Let me see here. Scrolling up to see what everybody's saying. Everybody's just saying hello, everybody. Fusion Flare says, hello, my friend, who's my good girl, and how are you? Kill yourself. Thank you. Hope you're having a good day, though. Wiley B says, that's lies fabricated by the CCP. I don't know, man. It kind of seems like you're pooping your pants in my chat today. Let me see. Trucker says, tell IT to play Magic the Gathering with me. I would tell him to do that, but he's actually studying for a pretty important test for his job, and he's on, like, chapter 2 out of 6, and he only has, like, 4 days left to complete it, so, I'm sorry, I don't think, normally I'd be like, hey, you know, but he's trying to study. I feel bad. Let me see. Laziness says, I've been fixing fences and splitting wood. Oh, shit, that's cool. Hey, that's cool. Nice. Good for you for being a neighborhood carpenter. I suppose. I don't know what the fuck carpenters do besides deal with wood. But honestly, most of us could be partners the way that we're handling wood. Anyway, let's see. Bramer says the last of my PC parts coming on Tuesday. Baller, that's cool. Good for you, and I hope that your PC runs wonderfully. Ryan Snapper says, I'm close to 40. Also, good girl, mate. Kill yourself. Thank you for being here as often as you are, though. Future Floor says, I'm good, doing good. Good. I'm glad to hear it. Warsaw Pete says, I'm trying to get my head around the new invoice system that the Polish government is implementing. It's a bit of a headache. Other than that, still exam season, so rather stressed. I hope that your exams are going go swimmingly, and I hope studying is not kicking you in the ass too terribly. Honestly, I'm so fucking glad I'm not in college anymore. There's a lot of people that, that I know, and just worldwide, a lot of people will return to college to do their master's or their doctorate. In which case, if you are someone that has done that, I implore you, tell me why the fuck you put yourself through cock and ball torture like that, man. I could never put myself back in college unless someone was like, hey, you're gonna be making $200,000 if you get a second degree. Then I'm like, sold, you got me. But I'm not gonna fucking go to more college for anything. Not to say that my college experience was bad. It was fine. It was just boring as shit, you know? And I guess also a lot of my college experience is shaped by the fact that I was like super broke for most of my college life. And I took the bus, and I lived very, very, very far from my campus. So what I would have to do is I would wake up at like 5 or 6 in the morning, get ready, and then I would take a 1.5 to 2 hour long bus, depending on how many stops we had to take, to get to my class, which was at like 8 a.m. and hope to God that I made it there on time. And then I would have my 4 to 5 classes, and then I would take that same like 2-hour long fucking bus home, and then get ready for work and then walk to work. And it was an awful hella schedule. I did not have a good time in college. Trucker says, college is a scam. I never went to college and I make 6 figures. You know what? And good for you, buddy. I'm glad that you were able to find your way out of that. Scrolling up here more, Warsaw Pieces, I already got 2 A's. Hee hee. Good for you. Good for you. I'm glad to hear it. M Gamer says, still won't let me share, but I'm at a 45 view streak. Yippee! Brain Rush says, praying for church IT. Yo, they're praying for you, dog.
They're what?
They're praying for you.
Thank you.
He said, thank you, chat. He's next to me studying on his little computer. Let me see. Laziness says, I'm going back to college to make 80K more a year. Fuck, that's crazy. I mean, okay, if you put it like that, maybe college doesn't sound like such a bad idea anymore. Mistopheles says, I did it because I studied bakery pastry chef. I was basically eating what I study, and that's so fun. Wait, that's awesome! Aw, man, you got a degree in, like, eating and baking. That's sick. I would love that. Tuber says, I technically never went to college. Closest I came was taking a trade class that was at a college. Understandable and fair enough. Wiley says, I got 3 degrees because I blasted the fuck out of the course. You are a smarter man than I. I'm stupid as fuck. Y'all see the way I play video games? I'm kidding. I'd like to say I'm smart, maybe. I don't know. That's, up to community debate, I guess. Actually, hold on. Manage poll. Do you question May's intelligence? And if you answer yes, I will be hurt. Yes? No. Duration? 2 minutes. Star poll. Let's see. Scrolling down here. Hello, Dr. Dreads. Thank you for coming in today. How are you today? Okami says, anything can get me back to school. Boring, bullied, get stalked. My career didn't even guarantee me a job. And that is unfortunate to hear. And I'm so sorry, my friend. Wiley says, back from ads. Welcome back from ads. Hello. Tuber says, also that class started in February 2020. Needless to say, it only lasted a month in its intended form. Dude, I got so fucking lucky. So at the time, and I already told you guys, like, what I used to do back when I was in college before I had a car. I was really depressed for a lot of college as well. And I was like, I don't even know what I fucking want to do. Why am I wasting my money? And so I took a gap year. So I did like the fall semester of 2019. And you can kind of get where I'm going here. During my fall semester, I was like, I just want to like die, dude. Like, why am I in college still? I'm just gonna take a gap semester and figure my shit out, and then maybe I'll find what I want to major in. And so going into that winter, I didn't re-sign up for my next semester in college, and I got so fucking lucky because 2 months later, COVID happened. Not even 2 months later. Well, 2 months later is when the shutdown happened. But like 2 months later, yeah. And all the classes went online and everything. And lucky for me, because I was already deciding to take a gap semester at that point. And I was just planning on, like, working as much as I could so that I could save up and get a car. And that did work out for me. Because also, during lockdown, I got to learn how to drive on, like, completely empty roads. Because at the very beginning of lockdown, nobody was really leaving their house. And so it was quite convenient for me. In particular, because I just got to work really hard and save up and... Hey! Okay, the poll ended. The poll was, do you question May's intelligence? And it was yes, with a 94% ratio, with Truckin', fuckhead, contributing 950 channel points. Bitch! Fuck you. Okay. Tuber says, the worst part, it was supposed to have a major hands-on component. Thanks to remote class, I didn't have to retain Jack from that class. Fair enough. Man, all right. Well, now I know everyone thinks I'm stupid, so I guess I'll leave. I guess I'll just leave. Whatever. Not like it matters anyway, huh? Anyway. Scrolling down here to see what's going on. Truckin says, get spam, digit. Fuck you then. God damn. But yeah, luckily and I'm glad that my parents allowed me to as well. I just took like an entire year to take like a gap and just save up and get a car. And then after that, like when I had a car, dude, my life got so much easier. Not to say I enjoy living in like a car society though. If you guys have ever been to Nevada where I live, everything is very, very spaced out. In all honesty, it's kind of hard getting from point A to point B without a car. And oh god, sorry, not to sound like a massive weeaboo here, but I went to Japan. And I realized the glory of a walkable, a walkable society and good public transportation, because we do not have that in Vegas. Shit you not, one of the last times that I was taking the bus, I just happened to be wearing one of my Goth fits that day, and I had AirPods in, so I didn't understand that somebody was talking to me, and then when I took an earbud out, I realized she was fucking yelling at me, calling me a witch, and it was just some random woman on the bus, sitting across from me, yelling at me, and calling me a black, like, dark magic witch, and I was like, I can't take the bus anymore, I'm gonna die. This is scary. Laziness says, can you sing Rickroll? I actually sang Rickroll on Thursday for my affiliate anniversary karaoke stream. So I just sang that one. You can watch the VOD if you would like. Wiley B says, I was going for a master's in biochemistry. I got a PhD in biochemistry and a master's in both inorganic chemistry and human biology. Dude, hey, you're too smart to be here, buddy. You gotta get... You're way too smart to be here. Well, I don't know. You did start the conversation today by saying you were shitting your pants, so maybe you're not. Also, hi, Scar. How are you, my dear? I hope you've had a wonderful weekend so far. Thank you for being here. Brainross says, you basically need a car here, and I found a few needles on RTC buses here. Nuh-uh. Nope. Yep, nope, never. Don't take the fucking bus in Vegas. There's plenty of options. With 0 out of 10, would not recommend. Laziness says, no, I mean, that's the song I'll pick for you to drop everything. Or Ice Ice Baby. Oh, God. I mean, if you want me to drop everything and Rickroll everyone, I guess just redeem it. That's your prerogative. Brainrod says, I've also witnessed someone get tasered on the bus. Thank God those days are over. Oh my god! What the fuck was the story of that? Whoa! That's cool. I've never witnessed someone get tasered, but I know plenty of people that have tasers. Just tends to be a common self-defense item, I suppose. Scrolling up here, Warsaw Pete says, I actually wanted to recommend you a concert once, that was in your state, but it was up in Reno. Then I checked the distance. Motherfucker, it's the tip of distance from southern to the northern tip of Poland. Y'all fucked up. Dude, Nevada's crazy big. I know that you have no, like, reference for how big Nevada is. Nevada is like 90% desert. Las Vegas is a very small little oasis within Nevada. That it's huge, by the way. Like, but in context of the rest of Nevada, dude, it's just nothing but dirt and rocks and lizards and tumbleweeds, dude. And if you've never seen a tumbleweed IRL, come to Nevada. Every time it gets windy, you will see at least 20 tumbleweeds. I'm not even joking. Maybe not 20, more like 5. But tumbleweeds are real, and I see them like every third Tuesday. Otaku says, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna mess around or abandon you for 20 years. No. Rizoria says, it's me. Hello. Hi, Otaku. Hi, Rizoria. How is it going today? Are you guys still in the call for the epic stuff? Good luck. Good luck. I meant to join, but I woke up kinda late. Truckin says, I've been tasered and pepper sprayed multiple times. It's much rather get tased than pepper sprayed. Because that's because you were at one point in the military, right? I'm pretty sure they spray you and tase you in the training to get you, like, kind of acquitted to the way that stuff feels, right? I don't know. Barry Guy says, May! We love you, May. Hi! Are you guys, hold on, wait, are you guys, like, watching my stream while you're in the call or something? Because if so, hi, hello. Wiley B. Hardigan says, I got in a fist fight with an old lady because she called my niece a black magic whore. Yeah, dude, people on the bus are just like fucking unhinged. I got called the same thing on a bus. I don't know. I don't even know where they conjured up such such hurtful words. Wiley, okay, scrolling up here. Warsaw P says, I checked and Poland is only 10k square miles bigger than all of Nevada. That's wild. Yeah, it's very large. As I was saying, it's like a very small portion of Nevada that's Las Vegas, and then another very small portion that's an 8.5 hour drive away from Vegas called Reno. And that's like it. There's Reno and Vegas, and then like a couple of tiny little towns like Elko. You ever imagine, like, the Old West? The Old West where everyone rode horses and they rocked into saloons and they whipped their little guns, twirling them around on their little fingertips, and they'd go draw. A lot of those old-style towns, they do exist. They're just out in the fuck nut of Nevada where nobody fucking goes unless you're going for a tour. But yeah, they do exist out here. They're real. They do happen. Razoria says, we're taking a May break. Oh my god, yay! And Gamer says, no thank you on the pepper spray. I do want to be tased once. Hold on. Okay, let us unpack that, M Gamer. What about the idea of being tased excites you? Because when I think about being tased, I think,
Ooh, ow, owie, oh, no, thank you.
because that does not sound like a fun Saturday activity for me, in my opinion. Why? Okay, hold on. Do you guys want to... How many of you guys want to be tased? Hold on. Curious now. Brian Ross says, Disneyland is closer to us than Reno. And that is true. Disneyland is like a 4.5 hour drive, and that's in California. And then Reno going north is like an 8.5 hour drive. It's crazy. Warsaw P says, you ever been to Reno? No, but I've driven past Reno. Once when one of my grandmother-in-law, wait, hold on. So my stepdad's grandmother, so I think that means my grandmother-in-law because she's not my birth grandma. Anyway, my stepdad's mom, so my grandma-in-law, I don't know, man. I'm not good at this shit. But she lived in Paradise, California. And if you know Paradise, California, you know that it like is burnt down. And it's really crazy thinking about it because I went to Paradise, California like only a year or two after it burned down. So I've driven past Reno, but I've never actually stopped in Reno. And I don't really have any desire to stop in Reno. As far as I know, it's just a sadder Las Vegas with some more trees. Which trees are nice, but I don't want to be there. M Gamer says, honestly, I have no idea why I want to be tased. Just a messed up bucket list. Dude, beyond me, dog. I don't want to be tased. I don't know what the fuck's going on in your brain. I don't want to be tased, though. Warsaw P says it's probably just the typical guy thing. Like, yeah, I could take it. Dude, I don't think I could fucking take it. Wiley B. Hardigan says, I got electrocuted with like 400 volts. Youch! Youch! Yow! I don't think I'd like to do that. I have been electrocuted before, but I don't think it was that much. I remember one time what was it? I just remember that there was, like, you could see a wire got stripped, and you could see the copper within it, and it was still plugged in, and I decided to squeeze it, and then I got, like, I felt like the jolt throughout all of my body, and it kind of just hurt. I was a kid, though. I don't remember what appliance it was, but from then on I learned, okay, don't touch the little copper part in an exposed wire. Good to know. Hey, I learn something new every day. Truckin says, yes, getting tased does hurt, but once the pain stops, you may or may not shit after. Whoa! Did you shit yourself? Sorry, maybe I shouldn't have. Whoa! Does it, like, depend on how hard you get tased? And then your body just goes, oh, all right, gotta get out of here. And it just decides to poop? That's crazy. Brainrot says, as for the taser story, the cops came to take a tweaker off the bus for yelling at everyone. He rushed at the cops and they tased him. Could have ended much worse. And you know what? Fair enough. Glad it was only a tasing. Wiley B. Hardigan says, I was barefoot, though, so it went down my side and into the dirt. Oh, that sounds awful. Sorry for that you got electrocuted. I'm glad that I did not get crazy electrocuted. That sounds terrible and horrible, and I do not want that to happen to me. Thank you very much. Okay, so I do have something random that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about it last week on my Sunday sermon last week, and then I just like forgot. I just forgot, and I didn't wind up talking about it. Oh, hold on. Brainrot just said something that I also do want to talk about. Brainrot says there's also a clown motel like 3 hours away from Vegas, and he is correct. There's a weird, spooky, haunted clown motel, and it's right across the street from a cemetery. So the vibes suck, and they're terrible. And my mom was desperately trying to get me to go there with her. When we were driving up past Reno to get to Paradise, California. And vehemently, I was like kicking and screaming like, you're not getting me in there. I'm not fucking going in there. And so she ended up going to the clown motel like just for like 20 minutes and just like left me in the car. I'm not fucking going in there, dog. Listen, if it's maybe my very pussyfoot nature will keep me living longer than perhaps the rest of you.
Meow.
Thank you for the Get Cat Girl. How are you today, Klein? I hope you're having a good day. Wiley says, I feel like Vegas is just a Fortnite pregame lobby. And honestly, you are a little correct, especially if you go onto like Fremont Street. Fremont Street is where you're going to see all the weird people. And which, there's, to be fair, most of these people are almost always drunk or they're street performers, right? But if you're ever in Vegas for any reason and you want to see some weird shit, just spend a couple hours on Fremont Street. You will get your fill. Brainrot says, so is the Haunted Museum in Vegas. We do have one of those, but that's from like the ghost hunter guy, I think, Zach Baggins. I don't know how haunted it would really be. Also, please excuse me, I gotta blow my nose. I talked too much and I rattled around all the mucus in my skull once more. All right, I'm good. I can breathe again.
Hello, welcome back.
Okay. See. Klein says, where do I spend my cash and my load? Oh, at like a casino, are you asking? Dude, fucking anywhere. We even have slot machines in the airport in Vegas. You cannot escape gambling. I would say, though, I personally do not gamble, so I wouldn't be able to tell you, but I do rather like the Venetian and the Wynn. And then also like the Virgin is actually kind of nice as well. I don't know. Drug says, damn, that was loud. We heard that. No. I don't want... Oh, sorry. Okay, now I know to turn my gain all the way down whenever I have to blow my nose. I told you guys, I'm a mucusy-ass girl. I got a lot of snot up in this cranium, and it's gotta come out one way or another. Worse up, he says, no gambling? Good girl. Thank you. So I worked at a casino for a few years, and actually during college. And I worked at like a food place inside of a casino, and from the view of where I was at within the casino, I had a really good view of the casino floor, and I would just watch people sit there for hours blowing thousands of dollars and then just coming to where I worked and like yelling and screaming at us because they obviously had a terrible night. So that scared me off of gambling. And one time I decided to go in and I put $5 into a machine and I lost it, obviously. So I was like, all right, I'm good. No need to ever gamble ever again. I'm good. No problem. Though I have done bingo, and bingo is pretty fun. They're also I've noticed that like rave bingo and rock and roll bingo has become like really popular. So there's quite a lot of casinos that are making like a fucking concert out of bingo, and it's wild. I went to go see a movie at a casino called the Red Rock, and I was just casually walking by on my way to the movie theater, and I saw tons of like glow sticks and light sticks and people waving, and they were wearing like LED like necklaces and like they were, dude, it looked crazy in there, and I was like, what the fuck, like is there a concert going on up in there? And I stared a little bit harder at the screens, and I realized it was bingo, and it was neon rock and roll bingo night, and that sounded crazy, but it also looked like a lot of fun. So I don't know, catch me at the rock and roll bingo night, because that kind of looked fire, not gonna lie. Let me see. Zio says, "Hi, May. Hi, Zio. How are you, my dear? I hope that you are staying warm in the cold and that none of your trees have exploded." Isn't that crazy, by the way? Also, welcome to the church, Star for All. I hope you are having a wonderful day, and thank you for being here. May you be blessed. In the East Coast and like particularly the Northeast, there's a couple states that are having exploding tree warnings, which is like fucking nuts to me, because I don't know, dude, I would never think that anything in nature would just decide to combust. But it is pretty nuts. So what it is, and I sorry, I watched a YouTube video about it because I was curious. So exploding trees happens when the temperature drops below zero too quickly, and the ice, the water, and the sap inside of trees harden and expand too quickly, and it causes the bark to literally explode, and it sounds like a gunshot, and it's really cool, but also like I guess it like has killed people. So maybe don't walk around an exploding tree area. Zio says, "I'm not in the tree exploding area," and good. I'm glad to hear that you are not. Zio also says, "That's like Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan, that area." Ah, I see. Chainsaw Man, Michigan sword, perhaps. Drug says, "Gang gang." Truggins in Chainsaw Man, Michigan sword area. No, you're gonna die. No. Anyway. Circling fucking back, because I keep meaning to talk about this and I keep forgetting to. Worst B says, "Ha, below zero? You're talking Celsius, fake American, deported." No, I meant like actually below zero. What the hell, man? Zio says, "Okay, I need to get set up for stream, so see you later."
Have a good stream, Zio. Thank you for saying hi. Love you. Bye.
Nightmare says, "Also, I'm sorry I'm sick again, so I'll be lurking. I pray that you get better super soon, Kev. Please get better soon. I hope you aren't sick much longer." Okay, back to what I was going to talk about. I meant to talk about this last week on my Sunday sermon, and I forgot. It just slipped my mind. But I went to an estate sale. So one of my gal pals, not quote unquote gal pals, but one of my like just general girl space friends, broke up with her partner, and so she wanted me to hang out with her last weekend, which is why my Sunday sermon was later than usual last weekend. And she just wanted to like run around and do bullshit, and so we were driving around and we saw a bunch of signs for an estate sale, and I was like, I've never been to an estate sale. You want to go to that random ass estate sale? They look like they really want people to come to their estate sale. And so we went to the estate sale, and I wanted to find some weird bullshit, like I wanted to find some weird bullshit so bad. We did not find weird bullshit. Instead, I was inside of one of the nicest houses that I've ever been to in my entire life. You okay? What's that? Oh, okay. Huh. Good to know. Okay, thank you. Sorry, we got a text from Church IT Tech's family, so I guess I have to end stream a little bit earlier than I anticipated today. But that's okay. Anyway, I went to an estate sale, and I wanted to find some weird bullshit, but did not find weird bullshit. But I instead found one of the nicest homes that I'd ever been in my life. And I learned that it was apparently in this, like, old historic part of Vegas called, like, God, what was it? Scotch 80s? Historic Scotch 80s or something. But this house, sincerely, was fucking nuts. It had, like, so, for example, we walked through the house and, like, they had, like, an A-shaped, like, frame in like the front of the house, and they had a room, and the shower was like entirely marble, and it had like a sit down bench area built into the shower, and then the kitchen was like right behind that, and the pantry had a gorgeous like glass fucking door to the pantry, and it like had pantry and a bunch of grapes and like other fruits engraved into the glass of the door, and I was like, what the fuck? Like it was insanely nice, and there was like rock walls all throughout the house, and I shit you not, I was like, I don't think I've ever been in like a random ass house that's been this nice before. And it was also just very interesting because you could going into a stranger's house really makes you understand how every single person's life is an individual little time capsule. And so this person in particular must have done something with cosmetics or like toiletries or fashion in some way, because they had like so much like 90s to 2000s like chunky jewelry and sandals and purses and things like that, and also like their CD collection was like entirely 80s pop and like a lot of the old compilation discs that don't really come out anymore. And I just the whole time I was trying to piece together like, what the fuck does this person do? Because this house was insanely nice, one of the nicest houses I've ever been in on a random ass fucking Sunday. Spectre Hollow. Oh, hi, Spectre Hollow Quiz! How are you today, my friend? I hope that you are having a great day. And same to you, Company Rat. I'm talking about an estate sale that I walked into randomly last weekend. And so walking through this person's house, they had boxes and boxes and boxes of like toiletries, random toiletries, and things like that. And so they had boxes of toiletries and like wet wipes for your ass, and they had a bunch of like fake eyelashes. So I'm pretty sure that and they all looked so old. They looked like, you know when something looks like it's from 2005 and they're using like the weird like bumpy font that like, do you remember like the way that Sobe Life, like the Sobe drinks used to look? It was like that font and those colors. They were very old. I did not find anything interesting that I would have want to buy at that estate sale, but I found it more interesting to walk around and trying to like put together what this person's life must have been. So what I think is Truckin says bumpy font is called Braille May. No, not like that. Like the desert chic bumpy font, you know? Not like it looks bumpy, not as actually bumpy, not Braille. I know what Braille is, you son of a bitch. Wiley B. Artigan says, I bought an antique round revolver from 1880s from an estate sale in Arizona. That's pretty fucking cool. That is sick as hell, actually. But what I think that this person is that they must have been either they sold their own brand of like toiletries and eyelashes for some reason, because there were genuinely like boxes filled with hundreds of these things. Or they were like a drop shipper in like the .com era, and they just made a fucking killing back then and were able to have the one nicest home I've ever fucking seen. Because also, when I went upstairs and I looked out of one of the windows, shoot, I looked out one of the windows. I looked out of the windows. God, I said it again, windows. I looked out of one of the windows, and I realized that every single portion of their backyard was sectioned off. They had one section that was for, like, RV parking. The next section was a pool with, like, a rock waterfall and a water slide. The section next to that was, a quartered off section with a bunch of trees and fake grass for your dogs to shit in, and then the last section was a little like a big area for a casita that they were like actively building before that person died, I suppose. And it was just crazy. Like, it also made me think a lot about how many people probably made so much money in, like, the early, like, .com era when the internet was, like, really just starting to take off. There probably was so many small businesses that made a fucking killing off of selling just bullshit. And, like, we would have just never heard about it today. And I just find that very interesting. It's very interesting to kind of piece together, a person's life that you will literally never meet, but it's like interesting to kind of surmise and figure out what they may have done like while they were alive. It was pretty cool, but unfortunately I did not find any cool or weird shit there. I really wanted to though. I was kind of jonesing for a lamp. I thought it would have been real cool to find like a nice fucking lamp or something, but no lamps. No lamps, nothing that cool there. Just a bunch of fucking toiletries, I guess. You see, Truckin says sexton. Was I saying sexton? I'm sorry. Dude, I can't talk right today. I apologize. It's just not working out well for my mouth-to-brain communication.
Hi, Tesla man.
How are you, my friend? I hope you are having a wonderful day. Ow, 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 ow. Thank you. I hope you are having a wonderful day today. Gamer says, no lamp needs no genie. Fuck. Shit! I needed to wish for $1 million! How else am I gonna update my PC in this fucking economy? Anyway, I am Banhammer. Hello, I am Banhammer. How are you today? Is that a bunch of toiletries? I think it is. Yup. I see. Brainround says, just $1 million? Dude, God, you know what? You're right. I need $2 million to update my PC. It's God. Crazy. Dizzleman says, it's still fairly early morning for me, but good. I hope you're well too. I am. Thank you very much, and I wish you a beautiful and wonderful rest of your day so far. Ryan Stamper says, I love looking out windows too. I didn't mean to say windows. Wait, hold on. Stop the presses. I just looked at my screen. I just realized I have 1,169 followers. So, star for all. If you're still here, you're a 69. You get the honor of being a 69. Congratulations on being a 69. Anyway, Truckin says, stop the press equals bully all journalists. No! No, I wanted to be one of those! No! Welcome to the church, Fred Bear. Fred Bear? Like Freddy Fazbear? No! Spare me! Or. Anyway, Scar says, I want to be a 69. Holy church number right there. I agree. Nothing more holy than a 69, I suppose. Anyway. What else? Last night, I went to... Let's see. Oh, hold on. I got a big message. Jest on a Quest says, greetings. I am unfortunate to give you these news. Today we found out the man who invented the tire wasn't called William. No! How terrible! Fred Bear says, or. No! Freddy Fazbear is here! We have to kill ourselves! We have to die! Anyway. I am Banhammer says, 1 million for GPU, 1 million for RAM, 2,000 for everything else. Fuck, so you're telling me I need like 2 million and $4,000? That sucks! That's how it feels though. That's truly how shopping for like any computer piece feels. I'm not gonna be able to update anything in my PC for like the next 5 years, I suppose. So hopefully nothing bad happens to my PC or I'm killing myself and everyone in my direct vicinity. Just on a Quest says, I only hope his name was Roland. Ugh. We can only hope. Anyway. What the fuck was I about to talk about? Dude, I totally forgot. Oh, yeah, anyway. Ooh, okay. So yesterday, I went to... As a general question here, when is the last time all of you had cotton candy? When's the last time any of you enjoyed some delicious spun sugar? Any regular cotton candy enjoyers in the chat today? If you are, hey, let me know. Raise your hand. Dragon said, I don't know. This guy has no whimsy. This guy has no whimsy in his fucking life. Get this man some cotton candy and a giant propeller hat and make him go yippee. Desilman says, not for a long time. Okami says, like 6 years. Get these people a propeller hat and a giant stick of cotton candy stat. We gotta get some whimsy up in this chat right the fuck now. Warsappy says, last summer? You know what? And at least you could say that you know. Brainrock says, Halloween last year at Opportunity Village. Good enough. Gamer says, it's been a hot minute. Okay, so generally, not a lot of cotton candy enjoyers. Okay, fair enough. Banhammer says, I only know one person who's named Roland and his bird is a bigger statue than his. The cat's crazy. I want to see his big ass bird. Wow. Tesla Man says, I have rent to pay. Whimsy is expensive. Hey, no. Whimsy can be whatever the fuck you, whenever and whenever you want it to be. Whimsy is free. You can simply go into your car and then pretend like the world is a safari. And that is whimsy. Bitch, get some whimsy in your life, motherfucker, and you'll be a happier person for it. But anyway, on to the cotton candy. I went to a Hot Pot place last night, and they had a cotton candy machine, and it was so funny because there was like a line of adults, including me and my friends, trying to figure out how to work the fucking cotton candy machine because there was no instructions for the cotton candy machine. It was just the cotton candy machine and the flavors and the sticks that you need for the cotton candy. And it was just like, it was funny, but it was cute because the longer that it took for nobody to figure out the cotton candy machine, the more desperate that a line of straight up adults were trying to figure out how to use the cotton candy machine. And it was just very silly. But anyway, I figured it out. You had to pour the sugar directly into the hole of the cotton candy machine, and it would heat up really hot, and it would spin out, and all of the fibers and hairs of the cotton candy machines would spin out, and then that's when you would take your stick and you would kind of gingerly brush it around, and you would get a cute little cotton candy puff. And not to flex, but I had the biggest cotton candy out of all my friends. Yeah, I made the biggest cotton candy. You can say that I'm goated with the stick. Goated with the cotton candy stick, I mean. Dazia says, hi. Hello, Dazia. I hope you are having a wonderful day today. Welcome into my church. Thank you for being here. Okami says, I love cotton candy, but no place to get it here. You gotta go to You gotta go to a carnival. You gotta go to a festival. Get you some cotton candy. And Banhammer says, that's a Born and Raised 2 reference. I don't know shit. Chiselman says, I don't have a car. No, I mean carnival. Anyway, let me see. Brainer says, fresh cotton candy is so good, dude. It was pretty fucking awesome. I actually really enjoyed the cotton candy experience that I had last night. And I honestly thought that it was just really sweet that an entire line of adults, including my friends and I, were just like desperately trying to figure out how the fuck to use the cotton candy machine. It was really cute actually, and I really liked that. What's up, B says, the only Roland I know is Roland, the Japanese keyboard makers, and Roland, the famous medieval French knight who is the protagonist of the Song of Roland. The only Roland I know is Limp Bizkit Roland. Also, the Devil May Cry anime opening, if you ever watched the Devil May Cry anime. Dozia says, church, no wonder I'm burning. It's okay. We're not a Christian church, so you should be safe here. Let me see here. Tesla says, there's no carnivals either. All right, buddy. Here's what you gotta do. You gotta get a baton, you gotta get a fun little suit, and you gotta get a circus tent, and you're gonna make yourself a carnival. We're gonna get you a Ferris wheel, we're gonna put it in your backyard, and we're gonna invite the entire neighborhood to the carnival that you're running in your backyard, okay? Anyway. I am Banhammer says, turn on, let heat up, pour sugar in the center hopper, then sugar melts and spins out, gather it. Yeah, so I figured it out at like the very end when everyone was getting too frustrated with the cotton candy machine maker. But I figured it out. And it was pretty cool. I'm pretty awesome. Pick cotton candy machine maker May. Anyway. And then I also went to a Final Fantasy orchestra last night too. And I've talked at length about how important going to see live music is in general. So I guess I don't need to do that again. But I did go and see a Final Fantasy orchestra last night, and that one was pretty fucking awesome. I did cry a little. I did cry a little, but I think that is the beauty of life. I think that honestly, the most the best thing that any media can do is spark real and genuine emotion out of you. And so if something can get you to the point of like crying, then that art has fully serviced and has done its job to the best that it could. I think like if something is able to get you to cry, then that shit is probably like really good and probably personally meaningful to you. So hell yeah. Let's see. Truckin says, "Cry, baby May." And what's the problem with crying a little bit, huh? I'm emotionally regulated, bitch. When's the last time you cried, motherfucker? When I showed you Violet Evergarden? Brainrush says, "Your fit was sick as hell too."
Thank you.
That was my fancy coat. As I live in a very hot place, typically, I don't really have need to own a lot of coats. So I have exactly one coat that I wear, and it's my fancy lady coat. I wear one coat for special occasions, and that's it. So yes, I wore my nice coat yesterday. That's how you could tell that I was dressed up. Let's see. Rice Stepper says, "John Boyd Dunlop is the inventor of the first practical tires, May." So his name truly wasn't Wheeler or Roland or whatever the hell the joke was. I don't even remember anymore. Anyway. Hello, illegal citizen. How are you today? What legal activities have you been up to? Let's see. Am Banhammer said, "David Bowie, Goblin King, or Speedwagon?" Illegal Citizen says, "There's a winter storm where I live. It's freezing outside. I hope that you are not in exploding tree range, my friend." I already talked about the exploding tree situation in the East Coast, but I hope it's not too terribly cold where you are. Ray says, "Hello, May. Good morning. Good morning, Ray. Have a good day." I hope that you are having a wonderful day so far. Dozia said, "Oh, thank you for the follow, Dozia, and welcome to the church. Thank you for being here, my friend." Warsaw P says, "Now go to a metal concert, wimp." I want to. Listen, it's on the to-do list to do this year. I will get around to it very soon. I hope. I gotta save up a little bit of money, y'all. I'm poor. Let me see here. Excuse me. Okay. I am Banhammer says, "If you don't know what David Bowie Goblin King looks like, look it up." Yes, it's safe for work. I could look it up. Dozia says, "A rave mosh pit is a life-changing experience." And like, okay, my thing is, despite how tall my VTuber model is, I'm 4'11". I've gone to a mosh pit once at an emo night, at a place called Brooklyn Bowl, and it was like 8 years ago. I was in a mosh pit once. I took an elbow to the temple, and I was done. And I've never been in a mosh pit since. I'm 4'11", dude. I am elbow height for the average human person, alright? I'm gonna get fucking decked like crazy. So, as fun as a mosh pit is for most people, not for me. I think I'm too short to inherently enjoy that kind of thing. Brainrun says, "It'd be awesome to go to Sick New World, but those ticket prices." I want to go so bad solely to see, like, System of a Down, man. I want to go so bad, but I'm never going to pay $600 to go to anything. I'm not going to do that. If you guys are, like, unfamiliar with, concert, like, festivals, music festivals, that's the term. Stupid. Bleh. If you're unfamiliar with a music festival is basically, there is, like, an typically outdoor arena, and there will be like 4 to 5, no, not even 4, some like 3 to 4 stages at an outdoor festival, and bands will either be performing concurrently, and then there's like a main stage where there's not really any other bands performing, and it's all just focused on the main stage, but you're like free to wander around and do as you please. There's like food and other things for you to do at these kinds of events, and In Vegas, music festivals are a huge thing. There's so many fucking music festivals here, and they happen all year round. It does not matter what time of year it is. Dazia redeemed stretchy check. Thank you. Oh, I will be doing that. Feel free to stretch your arms out and above your shoulders with me, because it does feel very good when you have a good little stretchy. Thank you. So we have a lot of music festivals, and there is a music festival that is predominantly like alternative and metal themed, and it's called Sick New World, and I really want to go, but tickets have always been like $400 to $600, and this year they're like $680, and I'm never gonna pay that much money to do that, because at music festivals, because they're always outdoors, they're like there's never really places to sit. You have like a $40 food truck that has like subpar food, and then there's gonna be like 30 bands that you don't really give a shit about, and then maybe like 5 bands that you do. It's just never really been worth the price tag for me. I don't know. Have you guys ever been to a music festival? Are you guys interested in going to a music festival? Because personally, I'm not. I've been to like 2 or 3 music festivals, because that's just how it is when you live in Vegas. There's so fucking many, you end up going to at least one. And it's just not for me. I just don't really enjoy it. I don't know. Scrolling up here, Tesla Man says, poor May needs to ride shoulders for concerts. Shut up! Shut up! But even then, even if I like did ride on someone's shoulders at a concert, then I would be ruining the show for someone behind me, you know? I wouldn't want to do that either. I would just hope that I get like barricade or something, because if I'm not getting barricade, I'm not fucking seeing shit at these kinds of shows. Warsaw P says, I'm planning to go to 6 festival this year, from tiny niche indoor 300 people ones to bigger size 20,000 people ones. Honestly, a tiny niche indoor festival would probably appeal to me way more than the kind of music festivals that Vegas gets, but I don't really know if we have any small ones. I don't really think that's a thing that we do out here. I don't know. Let me see. Oh, and thank you for the sippy check, Ryan Stamper. I am rather thirsty. I appreciate that.
Ah, thank you.
I needed that. I be talking too much. Warsaw P says, I've gone to 30 plus man. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you have the mental fortitude. I don't know how many of you are the same way, but I have to like mentally prepare myself to go to big events. I'm not really the kind of person that can just wake up and spur of the moment be like, all right, I'm going to go to an anime convention, you know? Or I'm going to go to a concert. I'm the kind of person where it's like, I need to buy the ticket and then like plan it weeks or months in advance. And like the days leading up to the concert or the convention or something like that, I'm just preparing myself to be around thousands of people, because I don't know, maybe it's because I don't really enjoy being in crowded areas too much. Maybe I find it a little overwhelming, but I like have to prepare myself to go to like an event for days, even if it's like not even that crazy. I just have to prepare myself mentally and emotionally to do that kind of thing. Dazia says, yeah, they're expensive and not anymore. I saw everyone I wanted to. Understandable. And also, welcome to the church. I was always Nevea. May you be blessed, and thank you for being here. Brimrock says, yeah, me too. It's fun, but it drains me. I agree. Brimrock says, Peter's just built different. He honestly is. He honestly is. I have no idea how you do it, buddy, but I'm glad that you have such a fun weekend, like every weekend. Where's up, he says, I planned going to them like months before. All right, that makes you seem a little bit more normal. Where's up, he says, but I've been to hundreds of concerts, and at this point, it's like breathing, and that's fair enough. Maybe you just have the fortitude already built up inside of you. I'm kind of a weenie. I'm a wimp. I have to build up that fortitude myself. Ryan Stepper says, I got to make sure the good girl nun stays hydrated. Thank you, but also kill yourself. I was always Nevea says, I also like metal. Yay! If you would like, I do have silly little metal covers on my YouTube channel. So feel free to check those out. I don't know. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want. M Gamer says, things like that don't grab my attention. And that's fair. Okami says, I wish I could go to a concert, but no concert comes to my cities and travel is pricey, so no concerts for me. And I understand. I honestly, like, I have a very, like, weird buff, because in Vegas we get a lot of shows, but they're always, like, arena tours and, or stadium tours, and they're very, very costly. So we do get a lot of concerts, but we don't get a lot of small concerts, which means that we miss out on a lot of, like, the small gem concerts and tours. And we do have a couple of really good small venues, too, but they're just, like, harder to find things that you would want to see in those, I guess. Tesla Man says, May is a very good girl. Shut up! Shut up! Anyway, I was always Nevaeh says, Utsupi, you're speaking my language. I was always Nevaeh says, well, except for the part where I don't speak Japanese. This guy said, wakarimasen, dog. Rabbit says, hello. Hello, Rabbit. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Thank you for being here. Dosia says, I seen someone low-key ODing and I had to get into the medical tent. Experience was scary last concert I went to as well. Oh, yeah, dude. That shit happens all the time. So, my stepdad is, he does work, he is often on the paramedics truck for his job. So, he will often have to work these big festivals and events, because of that. And he tells me crazy fucking stories of people, like, borderline ODing at festivals, and then having to be rushed to the medical tent. And he's like, you have to tell me what you took because that's the only way that I can help you. And these people are, like, scared that they're gonna get arrested or something. Listen, if you partake in that kind of thing, tell the medical professionals what you took, or else they literally can't help you and you'll die. They literally legally cannot report you to the police or anything like that. So you gotta tell them or else they're gonna die, dog. Side note there. Where's Up? He says, the Houston festival I mentioned that I went to, Hell's Heroes, I went through all of it with a massive fever on antibiotics and I almost fainted twice. But I banged my head and I pumped my fist. Metal is not a cream-filled donut after all. And you all right. And you are right about that. But, like, damn, dog, you are a tougher bitch than I could ever be. There's some people that are so, like, have iron wills. I am not an iron-willed person. I'm the kind of person where it's like, as soon as, like, that flu hits me or something like that, I'm like,
I can't, I'm gonna die. I have to lay down or I'm gonna die.
I'm very much that kind of person. Because I'm a huge baby when it comes to, like, my voice or something. As soon as I start feeling like I'm coming down with a little something in the throat, I'm not talking. I am not talking. And I'm very sensitive about that kind of thing. Scar says, tell him everything and tell cops nothing. Exactly. EMS. Tell EMS everything and cops nothing. Real. Dazia says, yes, it's safer. Please do it. It's a scary experience, but losing a buddy is a much worse one. Trust me. Absolutely. Rabbit says, I'd love to go to a concert or festival. And there are some really cool ones. Out there. I just can't justify the price, like, at all. I don't know. Warsaw P says, that's why this type of metalhead, we call ourselves maniacs, because we are true maniacs. And perhaps you are, my friend. You truly, hell or high water, you will see that concert. And that's crazy to me. Illegal Citizen, I'm back. Had to take my cats inside the house. So welcome back.
Hello.
Oh my god, a bread raid. The Church of Bread is here today. I'll wait until I see I'll wait until I see a silly little raid message before I start. Okay, there she is.
Hello.
Church of Bread, I am Lady May, a fellow nun within our silly little thing that we call the convent. I am a metal-themed nun, so I also do be singing and I do be playing games. Today I am just doing a silly little Sunday sermon, and that is just a bit of yapping. I always am talking about random bullshit, but if you need a quick little synopsis of what I like, really big in the music, really big in the gaming, really big in the anime, really big in the gothic aesthetics. But hello everyone. I hope that you are having a wonderful day, and thank you very much for raiding out for me today. I did briefly pop into your stream for a little while today, Brielle. You guys were watching something together, right? I don't remember what it was, but that was the deal today, correct?
Hi, May. Hello.
I hope that you had a wonderful stream, my friend. And also, welcome to all of the raiders. I am a fellow nun. A metal-themed nun, and a little bit more goth than our beautiful, pure, and sweet bread nun. But, no less nunny, I suppose. No less nunny. I am Banheimer says, Church of Bread? When do we worship garlic bread? I would assume like any day. I would assume all the time. Because we love bread at the Church of Bread. Church of Bread says, we were part of an anime opening game show. We got second place. Oh, hell yeah. So were you guessing the anime openings? Or were you, like, singing the anime openings? What was the deal there? That sounds awesome. I just sang, like, the Evangelion opening and the Mob Psycho 100 openings the other day on my karaoke. And that would be fun. I love anime openings. Scrolling up here, let me see what you said. Church of Bread said, we were awesome. We were guessing. Awesome, I see. Were you guys doing like Annie Guesser? Or was it another kind of thing that you guys are doing? But that sounds fun nonetheless. I tried doing Annie Guesser on stream and I like fucking sucked. Because I forgot that there's billions upon billions and billions of anime out there. And there's truly no bottom to the pit. There's truly no way that you're ever gonna get there. So it's actually very hard to do, like, anime guessing. Because there truly is just more than you'll ever be able to watch in your whole life. Church of Bread says, one of the rounds that I was watching, they didn't even know the Evangelion opening. They didn't know the Neon Genesis Evangelion opening? That's like one of the most iconic openings of all time. Even if I wasn't a massive Evangelion fan, I would know Cruel Angel's Thesis. That's crazy. Whoa. Mystic Zealot says, hello. Hi, Mystic Zealot. How are you today, my friend? I hope you are having a wonderful day so far. Thank you for being here. And then also scrolling back up here because I probably missed something. Okami says, so you have the reaction with a man with a cold? May is a 45-year-old man behind an anime girl on the internet?
Yeah, man. Can't you tell? I got a deep voice and a giant penis. No, can't. You can tell I got the biggest, manliest breasts and, like, boob and no, that's not what I meant. Not boobs. I don't know. I don't think I can pull it off. Anyway. And also, Nevea, thank you for complimenting my singing. That's very kind of you. But I am Banhammer says, if you can't find an anime you don't like, you're not looking hard enough. And honestly, fair. I know myself well enough as an anime watcher to know that I do not fuck with a lot of anime. I know that I don't really fuck with isekai anime anymore. There's a couple of good outliers, but on the whole, I don't really fuck with isekai anymore. All of the isekai shows are just like so fucking bog standard that I can't deal with them anymore. MGamer says, hashtag May has a giant penis. That's right. Thank you. Thank you, finally. Some recognition for my giant fucking balls. Where's up, B says, can't you tell May is bald and testosterone filled with bulging veins all around? Exactly. Thank you. I truly am. I'm the biggest, beefiest man that this world has ever seen. And Banhammer says there's several anime about sports, and that's also, I do not fuck heavy with sports anime either. And that's just because I was not really raised on sports, so I never really gave a shit about them. And so sports anime by proxy does not really appeal to me either. I was always Nevea says I take music composition lessons from the heavy metal vocalist Annabelle Iratsny. Maybe one day I'll ask her for vocal lessons. That's cool as fuck! And I am jealous. That is super cool. I've never taken any kind of lessons, which it's like is kind of, I guess, dumb as someone who wants to be a vocalist, but hey, that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes, I suppose. And also, welcome to the church. I am Banhammer. May you be blessed, and thank you for being here, my friend. MGamer says, so how does Church IT feel about your big ding-dong? Just say penis, man. My giant penis. Thumbs up. Can't ask him. He's too busy studying, and I would feel bad interrupting him for something that's stupid. Church of Bread said, the only sports anime I really watched is the swimming one and the skateboarding one. Same. Skate the Infinity, though, was so stupid that I really liked it. Skate the Infinity was pure dumb fun. And I love a lot of pure dumb fun anime. I think there's a fine line between pure dumb fun and then just stupid, ridiculous, mediocre bullshit when it comes to anime. And there's a very fine line between the two. But luckily, Skate the Infinity happens to be like the fun one. Slipknot Guy says, hi May, hello. Dodgy says, Yaoi and Yuri shows like her? Of course! I'm a nun. What do you think? I fucking love Yaoi and Yuri. My church rags on me all the time for reading Yuri in front of my partner's grandma. But hey, listen, don't it was fluff, and I stand by that. There was nothing X-rated going on there. Brielle says, Skate was fun. Did you watch the OVA? I actually don't remember. I think I did, but I don't remember if I did. It was definitely a while ago. Also, please excuse me again. I gotta blow my nose like crazy once more. Give me a second, please. I wish there was a way to get less snot in my body, you know? I don't know why I'm such a mucus generator, but it would be awesome. It would be awesome if I had less mucus in my body. Desmond Amofa says this VTuber model looks so British. Oh, what? Oh, you think I'm British? Lucky for you, I'm an all-American woman. Though when I was younger, I was indeed in a production of My Fair Lady, and therefore I did have to learn how to do a quite bad British accent. So I'm not that good at it. But I can vaguely do one for only a little while, for short bits at a time, because I did musicals back in the day. But I'm not very good at it, dog. I am Ban Amber says, so you're almost a slime girl? That's crazy. I fucking guess so. There's just so much mucus in this fucking skull of mine, dog. And it's not even because of the weather or anything. I just got a lot up in here. I wish I didn't. I'd love if I could just stick a tube up there and suck it all out before stream, because I hate having to blow my nose several times a stream. Ryan Stamper says, Blue Box was my favorite sports anime. Oh, when I was in Japan, like 4 years ago, dude, Blue Box was fucking everywhere. It was so popular. I wish I understood sports. I wish I understood the hype and aura farming, but like behind sports. But I just don't, and I truly have never been able to do so. I don't know. I think it's just me and my personality and how I was, like, raised. Because my dad tried to force me into so many sports growing up that now as an adult, if you make me look at a soccer ball for more than 2 minutes, I break out in hives and I start itching. Please don't make me look at your soccer. Please don't make me look at your basketball. I'll kill myself. Don't do it. As Silver says, Slime Girl X Nun equals Holy Jelly. You're right. Damn. Praise be to the holy jelly. You know, maybe that's how I'll start baptizing people. I'll just start sneezing on you and rub my holy goop into your foreheads like Simba. Sorry, that was so nasty. I promise I won't ever say that again. Scar says, look at my balls. No, don't make me do it. No, I've been through enough. I've been through enough. I went to Mexico recently and the duck with the banana fish so much I was like, the fuck? I have no idea what you mean. Scrolling up here. Let me see. Warsaw Pieces, TBH. I'm gonna be 34 this year and any anime with sexualized minors are out for me. And I'm not a big fan of sports anime either. Although I enjoyed the beach volleyball and badminton ones like a decade ago. I do remember the badminton one. I don't remember what it was called. Oh, I don't remember what it was called, but I remember it being good. Why can't I remember what it was called? That's just what happens when you've watched too many anime, dude. Everything just starts blurring together. Scrolling up here again, I was always Nevaeh says I played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 as a kid. Does that count as a skateboarding anime? I do not think Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 counts as skateboarding anime. Also, how are you doing today, Silver? I did see that you said sup earlier. I'm just scrolling up and down throughout the chat here. Slipknot Guy says, I hope you're doing well. I am doing well, and I hope that you are doing well as well. Please be blessed, Slipknot Guy. Also, I think you missed it, but I did sing one Slipknot song on my latest karaoke on Thursday. I am Banhammer says, I watched one called The Prince of Tennis. That one was pretty good. I only watched a little bit of it, though. I am Banhammer says, knowing Twitch chat, they would love it. Oh, my holy goop? Of course. But know that I meant my mucus and not anything else. Warsaw P says, DBH, I just reject competition as a concept most of the time. That's why I don't care for sports, IRL, or anime 99% of the time. The only time I care, a little, is every 2 years when the European and World Cup comes around. And fair enough, honestly. I think it's just because the way I was raised and my dad always tried to force me into doing sports, and because I fucking hated it, that probably made me super disconnected and, like, checked out of any sport. Zio, who is another VTuber, she sends me, like, college football TikToks all the time. I love her. I don't give a fucking shit about college football. But I'm glad that she sends me TikToks. Slipknot Guy says, I'm kind of sick after my flu shot on Friday. I feel like trash, but I'm gonna press on. I hope that the flu shot does its job well and that you do not feel sick for that much longer and that it's simply a symptom of it passing through your body. Amen. I hope you feel better as soon as possible, Slipknot Guy. Dazia says, does Disney Z and Luther count? I have no idea. Like, for anime? I don't know. I know, maybe? No idea. Brian Stamper says, yes, after watching 150 to 250 anime, it all merges together, but I love it. Yeah, same. I stopped counting around 350. Like, I haven't updated my anime list in a very long time because dude, I just watch too much. I can't. I don't keep up with it anymore. With how much I'm watching, I mean. I try to watch, like, at least one or two, continuously airing things. Like, every season, at least. And I just stopped tracking that, like, around 2 years ago. So I have no idea how much anime I've seen anymore. Zero idea. Ryan, Silver Licorice says, I did swimming and football, but I hated both of them. I didn't like hurting people in football, and I like to swim laps for fun. Swimming is cool. Swimming is fun. I can be a little swimmer girl, a little fish. I hate fish, but I'll swim like one. I like swimming. I think that's nice. Sorry, God, there's so much mucus in me today. Please give me another second. At least I don't have to blow it. Jeez. I wish it would stop. I wish it would stop. Get the mucus out of me. Somebody get the mucusinator, please. Okay. Let me do one thing real quick here. Let me... Okay. Had to quickly send off a message real quick. It was important. Doja says, in the same way I was thrown into sports and even getting a life-changing injury, I hate sports. Honestly, understandable. The closest thing that I did to a sport was marching band. And listen, if you count playing Don't Stop Believing while marching around the little football field a sport, go for it. Brainrush says, your keyboard sounds so nice. Ooh, you like the way my keyboard sounds? Okay, hold on. Let me do this for you real quick. For Christmas, my grandparents sent me an Amazon gift card, and it was a $50 Amazon gift card, and the keyboard I wanted was only $80. And so I bought myself my very first mechanical keyboard. And it's hot swappable, too. And it's cute, and it's a purple kitty cat. It's a purple kitty cat keyboard, and it's also like a macaroon. So it's a purple macaroon kitty cat keyboard, and it sounds really good and creamy. Get a listen to this. Nothing. I turned it off.
Oh, okay.
Church IT Tech was like, what tab do you have it on? It's like, nothing. I turned it off. But isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Isn't that a good sound? Isn't that sexy? A sexy little keyboard moment? Ooh. Alright, let me turn that shit back on. M Gamer says, that sound is making me tingle. Well, if I ever get an ASMR mic, I guess I'll do some keyboard ASMR for everybody. Alright. Let me see. Silver says, I'm ancient Greece. In ancient Greece, they used to believe sneezes, burps, and hiccups were messages from the god. What are they trying to tell me? That I'm gross? Let me see. Okay. So, unfortunately, I got a message from Church IT Tech's family that they need us at something, like, super soon. So I will have to wrap up within the next 5 minutes here. I know my Sunday sermons are usually always 2 hours long, and I do my best to keep it that way, but it's a family thing, and I have to go. So I will wrap up within the next 5 minutes here. I would love to keep chatting with you all. Unfortunately, I can't today. So let me take a quick little look at who I can raid you guys out to today. But I promise I will make up for it with either the next Sunday sermon, I'll try to yap a little bit longer, or even the next stream. But let me take a little look at what's going on over here. Hold on, let me read
couple of messages here before I look too far. Scar says, I'm gonna miss you. Good luck with family stuff. Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Dazia says, thank you for streaming, Queen. Thank you, of course. Widow Liliana says, for Mod's sake, I'm not a bot and trust it's a funny. Hello, dear. We have arrived from the mod union. We have a few questions for you. How often do you feed your mods and how clean is the basement? Thank you for answering in advance. And if any mods want to tell me a different story, please speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm sure most of my mods would say that I do a good job taking care of my church. I make sure that it's clean and orderly. The only thing that they really have to do is listen to me sing and talk. So, hey, not a bad deal in my church, I believe. Anyway, Ryan Stepper says, no, I'm sorry. Just family stuff. Family stuff happens. That's just the nature of these things sometimes. Trucker says, she tells me to kill myself all the time. I do, but that's because all of you call me a good girl. Stop calling me that. It makes me feel weird. Anyway, Ray says, May, I think I'm going to take some shower and get ready to go to my classes. So I'm going to be lurking or take my leave. No problem, because I also have to head out for today. I have to do some family stuff unexpectedly. But that's just what happens. That's just what happens. That's just life sometimes. Destructor says, hello, Sister May. How are you doing today? I'm doing wonderful. Thank you. Gamer says, Honey is playing Minecraft. I think if Zio is still on, I wanted to raid out to Zio because she's playing Hades 2, and I deeply love Hades 2. Zio is a very small PNG tuber, and she's also one of the very first friends that I made on stream. So I'd love it if some more people got to know Zio and hung out with her because she is really awesome. She was one of the first friends I made on Twitch. And I just think she's awesome, and she's playing one of my favorite games. And one of my favorite games this year has been Hades 2. So if you guys have not played Hades 2, I hope that you stick around and watch Zio for a little bit, and you enjoy the Hades. But anyway, my friends, I'm sorry for ending early. If it was your first time in my church today, please do consider checking out my covers. I do my very best to upload covers when I can, mostly when I can afford to do so. I'm working on my original song and my lore cover right now. So I have 2 in the works. I'm just waiting on being able to commission those music videos when I have the funds for it. Hopefully those will be coming around my birthday, but I'm trying my very best to get something out sooner. But I'm working on it, I promise. So please do consider checking out my covers. I have a whole bunch of social medias here on my socials. You can check out my TikTok where I post shorts and short form content regularly of my streams. And I also have a merchandise store where I made my own merch. So if you would want to support the church in ways other than subscribing or tipping, there is always that option. And if you are also new to the church or you have not been in the loop yet, I have been doing regular giveaways of my merchandise out of my own pocket and my own funds whenever I can afford to do so. They will be very random, but I will be doing it all year long as a way to say thank you to my growing community and as a thank you for all for hanging out with me and for being here. Ray says, "Huh, birthday? Yeah, in March. It'll hopefully the original song and the lore cover can come out sometime in March. I'm working on it, I promise." I'm also an official partner of AdvancedGG. I am 5 orders away from getting my own, silly little metal shaker cup in production. So if you are interested in seeing one of those come out, please do consider using the code PRAY for 10% off of any AdvancedGG merchandise. And what else do I have to plug? And that's it. I think that's it. Just my covers. Oh, I forgot the most important one, my Discord server. If you enjoyed hanging out here today, please do consider joining our Discord. I do my very best to be as talkative as I can there when I'm not busy with life. When I'm not busy with life. And then now I will raid you guys out to Zio, who is playing Hades 2. She's a very small PNG tuber, VTuber, and I hope that you guys enjoy hanging out with her. Warsaw P says, plug Truckin's ass. He's been waiting all stream. Please play Magic the Gathering with Truckin' and Gaming. He's desperate for someone to play to play Magic the Gathering. So if you guys like Magic the Gathering, go in the Discord and play some Magic the Gathering with Truckin'. He's desperate. Alright, guys. I will send you off to Zio, and when you're there, let her know that I sent you. Go ahead and copy this message here. It just says none raid, but you could also say whatever you want if you so choose to embarrass me. If you so choose to make me feel silly and stupid. But anyway, I thank you all for being here today, as always, and I will see you guys again very, very soon. I'm so sorry for ending early today. Some urgent family stuff came up, but I promise I will be back as soon as I can, when I can. I love you all very, very much, and I will send you off to Zio. Have a wonderful day, and thank you for being a part of my church. Bye! See you later! I love you guys, and bless you all for being a part of the Metal Church. I'll see you later, guys. Bye! Bye, 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 bye!